Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are doing another shoutcast for the Ultra League, this time featuring GALARIAN Stunfisk. And some of you may have noticed that I posted on Twitter that I am currently going to be taking a break from PvP, and that is correct. But I'm still going to be shoutcasting, so nothing will change on the channel. As long as you guys keep on submitting your battles, I will keep on shoutcasting them because I love PvP. But I'm just taking a backseat and not participating in tournaments for right now, or doing Go Battle League sets, maybe a battle here and there, at least until the Premier Cup. I just want to take a break from my mental health, because it's been causing a lot of anxiety for me, even though I love PvP. And yeah, but anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at GALARIAN Stunfisk. This trainer is using GALARIAN Stunfisk as well as Swampit and Giratina altered form, so it's really interesting to see a GALARIAN Stunfisk in the Ultra League. It's broken, absolutely broken in the Great League, but we'll have to see how it performs in the Ultra League. And first glance, I think it would perform pretty well. But I think it's more or less like Skarmory, where like it could be used for the Ultra League, but it's really not the greatest thing, but it's not terrible either. So we'll have to take a look and see how it performs. Definitely better in the Great League probably, but we'll see how these battles go. And yeah, so what do you guys think? Do you think it's a mud boy? Some people have been arguing on Twitter that it's a mud boy. It's not a mud boy. I'm going to call it a steel boy. You know, it's a steel boy. It's a steel type. Or a stun boy, which is what the guy who submitted these battles called it. So whatever you want to call it, I'll call it a steel boy, I guess. But anyway, in comes that GALARIAN Stunfisk. Wow, this first game's going on quite a while, isn't it? So this Shadow Sneak coming out from altered form Giratina, and Stunfisk is charging up energy. Gonna be hit with another attack, but GALARIAN Stunfisk can definitely take it because, well, it's a steel type. It doesn't resist Shadow Sneak, but that's a weak move. Farming up extra energy and going for the Rock Slide, which should be enough to knock out this altered form Giratina, as it is definitely enough. So shielded down, and yeah, when shielded down, this GALARIAN Stunfisk definitely going to be able to get to moves really fast and do a lot of damage. Earthquake coming out. Wow, that actually done a good amount to Armored Mewtwo. So in comes Giratina. So Giratina definitely going to be able to beat out this Armored Mewtwo. Armored Mewtwo going to throw the Side Strike. And yeah, farming up quite a bit of energy. In comes Registeel. So once that Registeel came, he decided to throw a Dragon Claw against it. It's not going to knock it out, but then you can just farm down with Shadow Sneak before a Flash Cannon comes to Giratina. And going for the Shadow Sneak. And this Shadow Sneak going to do quite a bit of damage. Just needs to get to one more Dragon Claw. Able to get to it. This is going to be able to finish off that Armored Mewtwo. So quite a lengthy game, but played really well. And able to win that one with GALARIAN Stunfisk. So when it comes to GALARIAN Stunfisk, it maxes out below 2500, so you definitely want a perfect, or as close to a perfect as possible. So possibly trade for a lucky one, right? So it's cheaper to max out. If you want to go for it for the Ultra League, it's definitely expensive, but you'll see it's not a terrible Pokemon at all. So GALARIAN Stunfisk going to bail into Swampit. Very interesting choice. Swampit, I believe, loses this matchup, although Earthquake does do a lot of damage to Poliwrath, so Dynamic Punch is going to be shielded. Poliwrath switches out in favor of Togekiss. Okay, Togekiss coming out. Now, technically, that Togekiss doesn't know if this is a Sludge Wave, so it's not going to shield anyway. I think because most Swampit in the Ultra League run Earthquake over Sludge Wave, and vice versa for the Great League, it's Sludge Wave over Earthquake. That's what I've noticed. So does pick up the shield. In comes another Hydro Cannon, so this Hydro Cannon might connect. It shouldn't be enough to knock out Togekiss, but Togekiss decides to shield anyway. That's a shiny Togekiss, isn't it? Pretty cool. But Swampit is so spammy it actually gets to another Hydro Cannon, so going to do a massive amount of damage. Still not enough to knock out Togekiss, so Togekiss ultimately wins that matchup. In comes GALARIAN Stunfisk. Flamethrower, it does have to watch out for that, but let's see how much it does. Okay, a little more than 50% it looked like, so it did do quite a bit, so GALARIAN Stunfisk will be able to farm down. The opponent is out of shield, so Earthquake is going to come Poliwrath's way, and we'll see how much this does. Unfortunately, the Galarian form of Stunfisk does not have an electric move because it's not an electric type. So Giratina is going to go ahead and fight this shiny Gyarados, so it's going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw. Adding up on damage, it's not a crazy amount, but it gets to its charge moves really fast, so going to go ahead and go for another Dragon Claw. Just needs to get to one more, and that should be enough to finish off Gyarados. So this Giratina is going to shield. Crunch would be super effective. It is Crunch. And Giratina should be able to get to it. Is going to get to it. Overfarm just a little bit. Doesn't want to risk another Crunch, obviously. So Dragon Claw is going to knock out the Gyarados. In comes Poliwrath, so Ice Punch. Gonna get the Giratina low, but it's not gonna be enough to finish it off. So as you can see, maybe another Ice Punch. Oh no, the Dragon Claw is coming out. However, I don't think this is enough to knock out that Poliwrath. It is not, barely not enough. So in comes Stunfisk. Stunfisk, did he catch an Ice Punch? Let's see if he did. No, it's going to be Dynamic Punch. That will be enough to knock out Galarian Stunfisk, but Giratina can come back in and knock out the Poliwrath. Able to win that one. So really well played. Really well played. I cannot wait for the Great League to come back to see more Galarian Stunfisk, because I feel like it's going to be really, really common in the Great League. So some people might get annoyed of it. I think that's how common it's going to be. And I do like the moveset. He has Mud Shot, Rock Slide, and Earthquake. Probably the moveset I would go on when I invest in one for the Great League. I won't be investing in one for the Ultra League, even though obviously it's working out nicely for this trainer. I still prefer it for the Great League, but definitely a really cool Pokemon. Compared to the regular Stunfisk, if we're just talking about looks or appearance, I love the look of this one over the original one. That's just my opinion, but Earthquake doing a good amount of damage to that Giratina. Wow. So, and it gets to it really fast, right? So, able to get to another one, but this Giratina is going to go for a charge attack. It will be a Shadow Sneak. So again, not doing a lot of damage. Going for the Rock Slide, hoping to pick up a shield from Giratina. He may get the shield. Giratina may decide the shield. He does. So nice bait. Nice bait. Probably going for the Earthquake now as he does. Going for the Earthquake still isn't going to be enough, I don't think. It's going to get Giratina low. Yeah, it gets it low. But even if he loses the lead, he took a shield. So could shield and then go for the Rock Slide. Looks like that's what he's going to do. Keep in mind, Galarian Stunfisk resists Dragon Breath, right? So it's going to be resisting that attack, going for a Rock Slide. So Galarian Stunfisk in the Ultra League ultimately ends up beating Giratina. What? I mean, if that Giratina shielded, it would have won. But still able to actually beat it in the one shield. That is crazy. I had no idea. So getting off another Earthquake against Cresselia. Cresselia cannot farm down fast enough because it has a weak move, Psycho Cut. So able to farm it down eventually, but in comes Giratina. Now obviously Giratina going to be taking a lot from Moonblast, so it does opt to shield. Going to be that Moonblast. I don't think it lowered the attack. It was hard to see. In comes Registeel, out comes the Swampit. So the opponent still has one shield. So this might come down to a baiting game. Does he go for the Earthquake? I would go for the Earthquake because I would assume that the opponent would probably assume the bait. And it looks like that's what he's doing, so he's going for the Earthquake. Let's see if he called it correctly. Let's see if I would have called it correctly. I would not have. Okay. Sometimes they shield, sometimes they don't. They think, okay, you're going to go for the bait. I'm going to not shield the Earthquake, and then it's an Earthquake. Or sometimes they might shield it, and maybe they shield the Earthquake. You never know. But another charge attack coming through. Probably going to be a Focus Blast. Yep, going to be that Focus Blast that will knock out Swampit. In comes Giratina, though. Oh, switching out into Cresselia. So Cresselia is going to be able to take this Shadow Sneak, but it still does a good amount. Oh, we need to get to one more. Or not me, but he has to get to one more. Even though he does, I don't think that's enough, but the Shadow Claw damage in addition should be enough. This is going to be a tight one. The attack fell. Yeah, I don't think the Giratina is going to win now. I don't know if he would have won before anyway, because Registeel just probably needs a couple more Flash Cannons, but yeah, now I definitely don't think he's going to win. Although, actually, that Registeel is kind of low, though. We'll have to see. That Registeel is low. Oh, man, if he didn't get that debuff, he probably would win. Let's see. I don't know. Can that Registeel get to another one? One more Shadow Sneak is not going to be enough because of that debuff. Oh, let's see if he gets to it. He gets to it, but does this knock out the Registeel? Does it knock out the Registeel? Time is up. If this is not... Oh, it knocks it out as time was already up. So he gets that one. I cannot believe he won that. I thought he was going to lose that one. You guys know it. I thought he was going to lose that one after the fact. But he actually wins it. Oh, mate. That was amazing. That was incredible. Well played. I love watching this. You know what? Maybe I will decide to invest in this Stun Boy or Steel Boy, Mud Boy, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I will for the Ultra League. I'll wait to get a lucky one. But maybe. I don't know. I'm definitely going to invest it for the Great League. I'll think about it for the Ultra. But let me know if you guys invested in the Galarian Stunfisk for the Ultra League. It's definitely a lot of fun. I mean, you could tell it's a lot of fun to play. So this Swampit going to go for the Hydro Cannon. I assume no shield is coming up, but let's see. Oh, Giratina. Oh, he switched. That was a Swampit out, wasn't it? I guess he switched. The opponent switched and caught that. So nice play on the opponent's end to catch that Hydro Cannon. I didn't even see the switch. So Earthquake going to connect, though. Going to do a lot of damage. Giratina going for what I assume to be a Dragon Claw. It's going to be a Dragon Claw. Swampit Shield wants to get to another Hydro Cannon. This probably will pick up a shield from the Giratina. Unless if the Giratina wants to keep all shields. Nope, he does shield, okay. So Swampit switches into Galarian Stunfisk. We'll have to see how this plays out. Obviously with Swampit in the back from the opponent, that's going to be super effective to Galarian Stunfisk. So here comes the Swampit. So yeah, Swampit's definitely going to be doing a lot with Hydro Cannon. Definitely a 2-hit knockout, yeah, for sure, no doubt about it. So Galarian Stunfisk going for the Earthquake. This is a tricky situation. Obviously, we have a lot of Swampits in the meta, right, in the Ultra League. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But this Swampit is going to be able to knock out the Galarian Stunfisk just fine. In comes Giratina. Swampit's probably going to attempt to go for Earthquake because it's almost done. Yeah, that Giratina is farming down, but obviously it does have to watch out for the Earthquake now. So going to go ahead and shield that Earthquake and then farm down. So costing the shield, but able to get a lot of energy. Let's see what comes in from the opponent. Going to be a Snorlax. Okay, obviously has to go for Dragon Claw, but these Dragon Claws are not going to do a lot of damage to a Titan like Snorlax. So switching out into Swampit. Swampit is going to get off a Hydro Cannon, so getting off more damage against that Snorlax. Just wants to chip away. This is a really tricky situation, but again, I said that last game and he was able to pull it off. So we'll have to see, but that Snorlax is just so incredibly tanky, and plus Lick is super effective to Giratina. He has more damage coming into Giratina, so it's going to be a tricky situation. Plus the opponent still has a shield. I don't see a way out of this game, but we'll have to see. Giratina is going for Dragon Claw. That Giratina is really low. Lick should be enough at this point. Although the Snorlax is kind of low as well, though. I mean, it's in the yellow, so Dragon Claw going to connect. The opponent still has a shield. Another Dragon Claw coming out. That Giratina did charge up quite a bit of energy. So that Dragon Claw is not going to connect, and this is probably a Body Slam, which will not knock out Giratina. This is a really close game. This is actually really close. Yeah, did not knock it out, but Lick's... Oh, he gets to a Dragon Claw, but this is not going to be enough to knock out Snorlax, right? So he gets to it. It's not enough to knock out Snorlax, and Snorlax is able to win. Time was almost up as well, actually. So losing that one, but that's okay. We'll have to see how the next game plays out. I believe we're jumping into the final game. But that was a really good game. That was a very close battle as well. I thought he was definitely going to lose that one, but he actually fought back. He did lose, but he fought back, so coming relatively close. But we'll have to see how the next game goes. As I said, I believe this is the last one. So Galarian Stunfisk versus Swampit. So definitely a bad situation. We'll have to see how he plays this one out. Stunfisk will switch into Swampit. Looks like the opposing Swampit is staying in. Maybe it's going to bail at some point. So this Swampit is going for a Hydro Cannon. Going to connect. And a Hydro Cannon coming in from the opponent. Swampit is going to shield itself. So not wanting to take that damage. So Swampit does switch into Snorlax now, so we see another Snorlax going for a Hydro Cannon. At least you'll be able to chip away at this Snorlax, right? Snorlax actually shields, maybe afraid of the Earthquake. But Hydro Cannon coming out now. I don't think there's going to be a shield on the opponent's end. We'll have to wait and see. Not going to be a shield. It actually does a good amount of damage, though. So probably just a Body Slam, but Swampit is going to protect itself, not wanting to take a hit. Actually, it's Skullbash. Wow, Skullbash Snorlax. That is awesome, man. Usually I see, I have seen Superpower, I've seen Heavy Slam. Most of the time I see Earthquake Lick, at least from my experience. Let me know what you guys see. But Skullbash, I don't know if I've ever seen a Skullbash Snorlax, but it's definitely a good move, right? We've seen it on Lapras, so boosting already bulky Snorlax, so really powerful. So Body Slam coming out, so it is Body Slam and Skullbash. Can the Swampit get to a Hydro Cannon? It can. Even after the Skullbash buff, I believe this is enough to knock out that Snorlax as it is. So Snorlax collapses. In comes the final Pokemon. Going to be a Swampit. Can he get to it? Oh my gosh, he actually gets to it. So definitely going to pick up the win in this game. So the Hydro Cannon is going to connect and knock out the Swampit. Oh, never mind. He has one more Pokemon. Let's see. Oh, Stunfisk is resisting that too with Rock Slide. Togekiss is weak to it. Yeah, he's definitely picking up this one. Galarian Stunfisk is a Steel type. It's a Steel Boy, right? So it is resisting the charm damage, doing almost 50%, about 50%, right? So switching out into Giratina, very interesting switch, maybe trying to catch a Flamethrower or something, so that actually makes sense. Obviously you have to watch out for the Flamethrower via Galarian Stunfisk. I don't believe it would have mattered anyway, because it wouldn't be enough to knock out the Stunfisk, I don't think. But anyway, a Shadow Sneak going to connect, and this Giratina is going to be able to finish the job. So really well played in this set. Thank you so much for submitting them. Guys, don't forget, even though I'm taking a break from PvP for myself, I'm still going to be shellcasting every single day. So don't forget to submit your battles. I have the Google form in the description down below. You could also reach out if you have any questions on my Discord or my Twitter. That's going to be the best. I'm going to be able to respond best through those means. Yeah, and that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks again for submitting it. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.